Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Today I have the entire team of, not the entire actually, just 3 people from the team, but Waack Girls joining me right here on India Today. Firstly, a huge welcome to all of you. I have to say the first time I heard the title, I thought it is a bunch of crazy girls coming together. Then I realized it is still a bunch of crazy girls coming together but for whacking, and that was amazing. So huge congratulations. And also thank you for introducing me to this dance form. I had no idea that and although I'm very much a dance enthusiast, I did not know there's something called whacking. So thank you so much firstly for doing that. I'll start with Mikhola because you know this dance form enough, but tell me what got you into this, because you know, every time I have heard of dancing, especially, it would either be freestyle, Bollywood, or maybe like ballet and like these different forms that we have already heard of. This is something I don't think is tapped enough, at least in India. So what got you into this first of all?
I think the first thing I fell in love with was the music. I love disco music and I grew up listening to it in my house because my parents used to blast it. And the second thing would be that it's an emotional dance and I'm an emotional person and I can't express myself that easily, so I found a nice medium to channelize my thoughts and feelings.
Has there been any moment, because like you said, one of the beautiful things about dance is that it helps you connect with your emotional side a lot more, which also means that you're very vulnerable when you're dancing. Yes. Have there been moments on set where you perhaps had sort of like a very emotional moment, because in front of the camera you're anyway vulnerable, but when you're performing something like this, you're all the more vulnerable according to me. Were there any moments?
For sure. I think even off screen, on screen, through the set, it felt like I could be myself and we became kind of like a family. And I got 2 of my best friends out of
That's
this
so
show.
cool.
So it was really soulfully enriching for me, this project. Yes.
Rytasha, I know that you don't know dancing that well, so you chose to be a manager in this one, hai na? But tell me something, what did you perhaps discover about yourself as an actor, because I know you are constantly looking for something which doesn't stereotype you in a certain kind of role. So when this was offered to you, what was it that like you were like, okay, I really want to be a part of this project?
Soni Tara Por Wala full
That's
stop.
I think that's a given, yeah.
That's it. I mean, she is a legend, icon, wonderful human being, wonderful artist and wonderful director. I went for the audition and Soni was there. Tess Joseph called me in. I've never auditioned with the director in the room. So from the get-go, I knew that this chick means business and I mean business. Aksar nahi hota hai in the industry where you meet people who are vibrating at the same frequency. Or more or less in the same, on the same page. And with Soni, from the moment I met her, I was like, I just want to work with her. I don't care. I just want to do this. And it happened. Like.
And when you worked with her, what did you discover? You know, you hear a lot about legends, right? But when you actually work with her, you're just like, either you are gobsmacked by just the body of work or just the way they are, or you're disappointed. I'm sure you were you were exhilarated by it, but what shocked you perhaps about her?
What shocked me was how chill and real Soni is. She has no airs, no ego. Like she leads by example. You always want to look up to your director to be somebody that you not only get enriched by in the work you do, but even in life and as an artist. And I can say it with my whole heart, soul and fiber of my being that Soni is such a person. Because she's such a fine artist, but also such a fine person.
True.
So lots to learn and lots to celebrate, and I was just like, wow, Soni itni chill hai, itna maza aa gaya.
Yeah, because I think
dosti ho gayi, you know, it's like, मैं Soni की दोस्त बन गई, कैसे? हो ही नहीं सकता. But then she chilled with me one day, and I was like, Soni, we are friends now.
But I think that also happens sometimes when you know someone is when we look up to them rather, I think it is very difficult to comprehend that they could be chill.
They are normal people also,
I think it's also partly our fault because we think that they are so like legendary that they don't have fun. We are so sorry, Soni. No, but tell me something, because you have been part of projects, in fact, which have really shaped Indian cinema. Not just shaped, but also represented us on international platforms. Actually, I feel like if today you go globally, the few names that they know out of 10, 5 are you have been a part of. Basically, it's that ratio. Tell me, what then motivates you to also sort of do a film on dancing, which is a very very rarely done genre in India, especially. We have very few films on that. So then what sort of like motivates and convinces you that, okay, I should do something? You've done Ye Ballet as well, but like for a platform like this, I know it's not easy to get that sanction, to get that first approval. We know it's difficult. Then what is that process like from the beginning to the end?
First of all, I didn't set out to make 2 projects on dance, they just happened. I had made a documentary on the 2 boys, and inspired by that I made a fictionalized version of the real story. And this one was totally inspired by this beautiful lady who I had cast for Ye Ballet, and the first time I saw her dance was the first time I saw her, and I have a video of that first time. And I loved what she was doing in terms of her moves. I didn't know what it was called. After the shoot, we met for lunch. She was visiting from Kolkata, and she explained to me what whacking is. That's what she was doing. And totally inspired by her, I came up with a story, a very loose story about Waack Girls. Pitched it to Amazon. Aparna Purohit greenlit it immediately. God bless her. And that's how it happened.
But were there moments, I mean, you know, when you're making a film on dancing, I feel it's very difficult also because one, the casting is very, very important.
Yes.
For it to look the way you imagine it to be. What was that process like for you?
It is difficult because you want dancers who can act. That was
it's difficult. Either they can dance or they can act.
Tess Joseph, who's my wonderful casting director, who I worked with on Ye Ballet and Little Sisu, who's been with me throughout. She and I were very convinced that we needed to find dancers who could act, not actors who could dance.
True.
So that was our goal, and she looked for, and I helped look for whackers, etc. And we had extensive auditions. And at some point I thought, we had written ourselves into a corner because they were very specific characters. A young gymnast who can then whack. Lots of very particular characters, but God is great, we found them all. And how good are they in the series? Amazing.
Absolutely. But tell me something, who blew your mind? Like, of course you watched them audition, you knew they were capable of certain things, only then you said yes to most of them. But tell me, you have certain expectations because you've watched something of theirs, but when they actually perform on set, there are moments when you're like, I did not know she can do this.
I have to say, I'm like a mother with 6 daughters, and I'm not going to play favorites. Everyone amazed me in one way or another, everyone. And you have to watch all the episodes to know that I'm speaking the truth.
But Soni, if you are the mother, everyone knows mothers have their favorite, they just don't tell them.
It's not true, it's not true at all.
No, but I want to know, what was the most, because you're good with dancing any which way, you're also comfortable showing your vulnerable self to the camera, then what is the biggest challenge in a script like this for you?
Dialogue. That was quite a challenge, but I had a lot of help. I had Nizam help me, I had Barry sir help me, Soni help me, Rytasha herself helped me. I used to check words with them because I really wanted to get it right, and Hindi is not my first language, so that was a bit challenging, but I learned so much. I'm really grateful for it.
Yeah.
The funniest was when Mikhola had to learn this one phrase, बड़बड़ा रहे हैं.
बड़बड़ा रहे.
बड़बड़ा में हम इतने बड़बड़ाए हैं, इतना funny हो गया था, हम बड़बड़ कर रहे थे.
Also, if you watch the episodes, her character has a real range of emotions, and Mikhola has done them all remarkably.
I think that is with each girl, because I think we see their character arc from being what they, that is why it helps them express the way it does. And also what I love about series like this, that it forges female friendships.
Yes.
It really celebrates female friendship, which I think doesn't happen too often in our cinema or in our series.
Correct.
It happens, but I don't see that too often. Tell me, on this set, what was that like? And like you have already said that you met 2 of your best friends on this set, but just that is it one of the things that you consider, or is something that is important to you when you sign a script, where you see something like this, where female friendships are also given very are given importance, which usually doesn't? Is it something that you give importance to?
Yes, and this I learnt on set, because not just the cast, even the crew, there were so many women involved in making this project, and yeah, I think I learnt so much from each and every one of them. So this is something that India needs to see on screen as well.
Yeah.
And I think it's come out really organically on screen as well, our friendships. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Rytasha, for you, I know you've always been someone who champions this thing, right? But tell me, do you see the landscape changing, where more and more scripts are now lending towards celebrating female friendships vis-a-vis what was happening perhaps 5 years back or 10 years back?
Yes, I think because the day we had the Prime Video event in March, there were so many shows announced that day, and quite a few of those shows were helmed by like a strong female cast, female directors. It is heartening. I'm not saying we've come a long way. I'm saying the way is still long.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. It's time for, the table has enough space for us all. We're all gonna sit at it and have a hearty meal together.
Absolutely, that's the goal eventually. We are on that road, like you said.
Absolutely.
But we need to, I feel, expedite that entire
You can't
process.
rush divine timing,
Ah,
Bhavna.
that's true.
It's
that's
all gonna
true.
happen.
We're expediting with
But you are
Girls.
for sure. But I think that is one thing that is central to your writing as well, that you have always written characters, especially female characters, that are strong and that resonate with the women in real life as well. Be it Namesake, like that is one of my favorites, so I have to
I
mention
can't
that.
take credit for that.
No,
I
but
adapted
just
a book.
no, but just I feel like no, but still, you know, adaptation is an art. Not everyone. There are so many people who adapt, but it's not. I mean, you know it yourself. I'm not going to take names, but it's difficult. But tell me, is it something that is central to your writing as well? Because you probably think that way. That is why it reflects in your writing.
No, whenever I write a woman, of course, it's the character is going to be completely full-blooded with layers, etc. I am a woman. But as a writer, I have to put myself in the shoes of whoever I'm writing, whether it's an old man, or whether it's a young man, whether it's a woman, or an old lady. That's the essence of being a writer, that you make the audience walk in that character's shoes. And
True.
when I write, I like the character to start speaking to me. So I don't write with a outline in mind and steps and plots and all. I start writing the character, and the character starts speaking. That's my process.
Lovely.
Yeah.
You know, all the projects that you've been part of before, I think when it released, it had a niche audience. But today, I think everyone can easily say they are cult films, which is celebrated. When you're part of projects like that, which perhaps back then,
Which one?
The Namesake or maybe Salam Bombay, I mean, it did well, but I feel now everyone brackets it under cult films, all of these films. Do you, like, how does it feel to have that kind of a body of work, perhaps, which has stayed for that long? Because today no one can really take that credit or boast of those things.
It's an amazing feeling, and I wouldn't say they're categorized as cult films. I meet young people who know me from Salam Bombay, and I think that's completely amazing. Unfortunately, not many people have seen Mississippi Masala here, but young people from America, it was just released, still find it so relevant. So that's all very heartening.
You spoke about relevance. When you're writing even now, do you think, because I feel this is a complaint which I have with most filmmakers or writers, is that today people are not thinking about will this film be relevant in the next 10 years. They're only thinking about now, which is also great, but like I've grown up with films which are relevant since 20 years as well. Do you have that theme in mind, that will it speak to people?
Not at all.
No?
I don't write thinking 10 years from now. I just do the best I
In
can
that moment,
in
yeah.
that moment on the page, and then whatever's going to happen.
But
will
everything that
happen.
happens is magic. So,
But like Shakespeare, for example,
Yeah.
wrote back then, his themes are so universal, the plays
Even
are performed
today,
till
yeah.
today. So the human experience is timeless in that essence.
True.
And true storytelling and true heart of any story is timeless.
True,
So
true.
heart hai to sab hai.
वही ना आजकल heart ही नहीं है आधे projects में. That is where it is lacking.
That's another topic. Let's talk about Waack Girls.
No, I was coming to that. What is that one thing? I feel like every project or character leaves an impression on you, which you sort of imbibe in your real life as well. Was there anything at all from this project that sort of inspired you in a way which has stayed with you even now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think confidence in others, because I'm quite solo oriented, coming from a street dance background, and I've never worked with these many people before in my life.
Yeah.
And there was so much to learn from every single person on set that I think that was the biggest lesson I take back.
Yeah, that's a wonderful lesson also. Teamwork makes the dream work eventually.
Oh, yes. I think we used to say that a lot on set also.
I completely believe that. Yeah, true. Rytasha, for you?
Every character you play changes you as a person. Something
Yeah.
from that becomes a part of who you are. With Lopa, I would say it is her persistence, perseverance, and gusto to follow her passion and her dreams, whatever they may be, to speak her truth, not care about what anyone is thinking of her or saying about her. That's something Rytasha has learned, because yeah, I was a people pleaser. I want people to like me. I'm afraid of upsetting people. But Lopa don't give two hoots. She is like, मैं हूँ, जो भी हूँ, जैसी हूँ, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And I love that about Lopa. So thank you for giving me that gift for the rest of my life now.
That is so true. And I love Lopa then, because that is how everyone should be eventually, right?
Yeah.
Soni, for you, what was that one thing that you took away after sort of finishing this and seeing the final product?
For me, it's been wonderful to have the friendship of 6 young women. Me being a senior citizen.
Please, please.
To be accepted by them as a friend has been a really wonderful experience for me.
I think with female friendships, I think age is no bar any which way. We can
Yeah,
all
but
be,
I'm
yeah.
older than most of them others.
So what?
Age is just a number. The soul's journey is eternal.
I think we've taken 5-6 quote तो भले ही मैंने ये पूरे के पूरे conversation से ले लिया. Age is just a number, soul is eternal, and I think I'm going to live by that, because now that I've turned 30, I'm calling myself old.
Babe,
So
please.
now I'll be like, age is just a number, soul is eternal. But you know, thank you so much for bringing this experience to us, for actually educating me what whacking means, because I genuinely had no idea about this. And all the very best, because I feel like with stories like this, we get to celebrate and educate at the same time, which is a rare combination sometimes. So thank you so much.
And also, I just want to say this is not just a dance show.
Yeah.
And this is not just a drama show. It's like a unique blend of the two.
That's why I said.
So
yeah.
I'm hoping, my hope is that all ages will enjoy it, including grandmothers and grandfathers who may not respond to the whacking, but who will respond to the stories of these 6 girls. And I hope that the audience takes away from one or another character something that is relevant to their own lives.
Absolutely.
Can I add something small to that? The way Soni has explored family dynamics in Waack Girls is fantastic, because every character we get to see an insight into the family unit. And even in real life, you are a product of your parents, your upbringing, and your immediate circumstances. So the way we brought that out is very mazedar.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I know it will speak to all generations irrespective of their age, because like I said, it is the final goal is to entertain and educate at the same time, like for someone to take at least one emotion back, and I know I will, because I anyway love dancing so much. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are we also looking at another season? Are we?
We are looking at Prime Video. We are looking at Prime Video, and we are looking at another season. We are looking.
But we will, for sure, I think, because this
Thank
will
you.
get the love that it deserves. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
once
much.
again.
Thank you.